Matthew Moore's Wood Studio. Today is Wednesday, April 15th, which means it's tax day. So hopefully everybody got their taxes done a long time ago, and hopefully everybody's getting a big, fat refund. So here it is, guys. This is it. It's the sharpening cabinet, completely finished. I am ecstatic. So the funny thing is, I shot the last update so long ago, which was a Sunday, I believe, before I went on a trip, that I forgot what I had talked about. So I watched the update before I started shooting this one, and I realized I'm wearing the same shirt that I was when I shot the last update. So anyways, I just thought it was pretty hysterical. Yeah, so let's take a look at this guy here. So the last time I showed it to you, I was actually pretty close to being finished. All I really had left were the bank of drawers and the door here. So that's what I've pretty much done since. So for the drawers, what I ended up doing was measuring the entire length, dividing it by a number, which was 5 for me, and then I got the number I wanted for the height of my drawers, and I went over to the table saw, and I cut a whole bunch of plywood on the table saw to the correct width. After that, I cut my parts to length, both the sides as well as the front and back. I then cut a groove in those to accept a 1/8 inch bottom. Now, I'm a big fan of using finger joints or dovetails, but in shop furniture, I just want to get something done so I can start using it. So here I use screws instead. So I screwed everything together, and it's a very rock solid drawer. It's not going anywhere. And then I milled up some runners out of maple, and I glued those to the side of the cabinet. And then I attached MDF to the front of each drawer, and that MDF front acts as a stop for the drawers. So what I really like about the drawers is you can come over here and pull the drawer out. It'll extend and support itself almost across its entire length, as well as you can pull it out and put it up on the cabinet. So I really dig these drawers. They're very similar to the drawers that are in my tool cabinets, and they're really deep and they're long. They're 15 inches long. Not the full length of the cabinet. I thought that was a little much, but they're long, and they also really help weigh down the cabinet as far as once you put stuff in it, and that's going to help keep it from moving anywhere. And then I put the door on as well. It's just a piece of MDF here, and I like to finish all of my MDF that's in the shop with a amber shellac, and the amber shellac I think really tones it very nicely. And I put these light duty handles. I got them at home at a big box store. I think $1.29 each, $1.30, something like that. And they work really well. I have them in other cabinets here in the shop. And right now I have my work sharp down here. There's more than enough room to put a slow speed grinder as well. I just don't happen to own one. I use the work sharp to sharpen all of my turning tools with its the circular guys on it that you can see through. So anyways, that's mounted here, and tons of room inside to take the sharpening station down and put it inside, just as I showed you guys before. So I'm really jazzed. And to get it here, I had to rearrange some stuff in the shop. So if you remember, there was a cabinet here, and this cabinet actually was not on wheels. The only cabinet in the shop not on wheels. So I had to put it on wheels, so I lifted it up and put it on a furniture dolly and moved that over here to this wall. What that caused me to do was to move the lathe from against the wall to against the garage door, and with it next to the garage door, I was able to clear some space and move everything else down, and that made the room for that other cabinet. And I really like that other cabinet because it's got, one, a ton of storage in it, and two, it's got a nice flat surface on it where I have that rubber mat. You can get that from Rockler, and that rubber mat is fantastic for putting parts down. I love putting parts down there after I've got that part milled up and it's cut the size or I'm working on it, because that rubber mat protects the part from getting dinged or damaged or anything else like that. So I'm really loving the space here. The window's right here. I can open the window, look out to the yard, to the pomegranate tree, and our bush, whatever it is, and sharpen. So I'm looking forward to shooting some videos here at the sharpening pond, doing some sharpening sessions, and talking about sharpening and using the pond in general. Speaking of the pond, I did get some time on my trip to do some editing. So when I do a build video, each first chapter is the preview chapter. And so I haven't cut the preview chapter yet, but I've cut chapters 2 through 5, so 4 in total. And that takes you all the way up to the build for getting the miter top together. And I'm in the middle of cutting the stuff for the spigot area here where to bring the water up. And it's going to be really cool. As well as the stone holders for the oak stone holders. So anyways, so that's up. That should be up on the website, if not later today, and then tomorrow. In other shop news, I also uploaded the preview video for the Scotch cabinet build to YouTube, as well as up to my site, mmwoodstudio.com, and that's up there. Some of you guys have already watched it, made comments, gave me thumbs up. I really appreciate it. So if you were interested in that project, take a look at it. It's really a fun project. It's really cool. So I have a link to that right over here, and that's up. That first chapter, which means all the chapters are up, and that one is complete. So that means I've got 3 complete projects in the past year, as well as this one complete as far as shooting, and I'm in the middle of editing it right now. And that leads me to something else. I'm going to be posting another video tonight as well, along with the shop update, and that's going to be talking about some fun changes on the website as well. So if you guys have any questions about the sharpening station, the Scotch cabinet, or any other thing about the shop, videos I've put up, videos you may be interested in, please add them to the comments for this video. I'd love to see them. And again, as always, please subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. The comments are appreciated. And until next time, I hope you guys have a great week in the shop.